Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to discuss about Nazism, the rise of Hitler. Nazism, the rise of Hitler. These are the main topics which we are going to discuss about in this chapter. Birth of Weimar Republic, Hitler's rise to power, the Nazi world view, the youth in Nazi Germany, ordinary people, and crimes against humanity. These are the topics which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Birth of Weimar Republic, Hitler's rise to power, the Nazi worldview, the youth in Nazi Germany, ordinary people, and crimes against humanity. It was a spring season in 1945. 11-year-old German boy named Helmut. He was lying down and overheard what his parents were discussing. It was a spring season in 1945. 11-year-old German boy named Helmut. He was lying down and just listening what his parents were discussing. His parents were discussing about whether the time had come to kill entire family or to commit suicide alone. Why? Because he had fear, Helmut's father had fear. What they did for the Allies. Now the time had come to do for them. What they did for the Allies, what they did for the crippled people and the Jews. Because Helmut's father, he was a prominent physician as well as a great supporter of the Adolf Hitler and the Nazi party. Now what they did, what the Nazi party did for the crippled people and Jews. Now Germany surrendered to the Allies' power. Germany defeated by the Allies' power. May 1945, Germany surrendered to the Allies' power. Now the Allies' power, what they are going to do. This was the fear. Helmut's father, he was a great physician and a supporter of Adolf Hitler. Now, next day, Helmut's father took his family to woods. There they enjoyed their last moment. They were playing, they were singing song and enjoyed a lot. Then Helmut's father came back to his office and shot himself and died. Helmut saw his father's bloody uniform. This was the reason he never taken any kind of food from his home for the following 9 years. He refused to eat. He refused to take any kind of food from his family because he already overheard what his parents were discussing, whether the time had come to kill entire family or to commit suicide alone. So he had fear. Helmut had fear that his mother might poison him. This was the reason he never taken any kind of food from his home for the following 9 years. It was the spring season of 1945. Helmut, he was a 11 years old German boy, and he was lying down and overheard what his parents were discussing. His parents were discussing about whether the time had come to kill entire family or to commit suicide alone. Why? Because his father was a famous physician as well as the supporter of the Adolf Hitler and the Nazi. So now what they did for the crippled people and the Jews. Now Germany surrendered to Allies power in May 1945. So now this is the time for the Allies power to do what they did for them. So it was their fear. So Helmut's father was discussing with his wife whether the time had come to kill entire family or to commit suicide alone. Next day, the Helmut's father took his family to woods. They enjoyed a lot. They were playing, they were singing song, and they were having the lunch together, food together. The next day, Helmut's father came back to his office and shot himself. He died. Helmut saw his father's bloody uniform. This was the reason Helmut refused to eat or refused to take any kind of food from his family for the following 9 years. The Nazi and Hitler, Nazism or the Hitler. Hitler's ambition was to control all over the European countries. For that, he tortured the people, killed the people, punished the people. When Germany surrendered to the Allies power, the Second World War came to an end in 1945. So at the end of the Second World War, the Germany surrendered to the Allies power. Now they had fear. Hitler and his propaganda minister Goebbels, they also commit suicide with their families. Birth of Weimar Republic. Birth of Weimar Republic. See, Germany was a powerful empire during 20th century. Germany was a powerful empire during 20th century. The First World War took place in between 1914 to 1918 between Allies power and Axis power. Axis power Germany, Italy, Japan. Allies power France, UK, USSR, USA. USA did not enter in the First World War, but 1917 USA entered in the First World War to help the Allies power. All joined enthusiastically for the quick victory. There was quick victory for the Axis power. For Germany, there was quick victory by occupying France and Belgium. 1917 Allies strengthened. How the Allies power strengthened? USA entered in the First World War. 1917 USA entered in the First World War to help the Allies power. When USA entered in the First World War, Allies strengthened. Now the Germany got defeated. When USA entered in the First World War, Germany got defeated. So 1918, the First World War came to an end by the Peace Treaty of Versailles. Peace Treaty of Versailles. Because of this peace treaty or Treaty of Versailles, Germany lost its overseas colonies, 1/10 of its population, gold resources, iron resources, coal resources. Germany had to pay £6 billion to the Allies power as a war guilt. So abdication of the emperor gave an opportunity for the parliament parties. Abdication of the power, abdication of empire gave an opportunity to the parliament parties. Now the National Assembly met at Weimar and established a democratic constitution. Now the deputies, now the rulers or the leaders were elected by the universal adult franchise through an election process. National Assembly met at Weimar and established a democratic constitution. Now the deputies were elected by the election. Next we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.